Welcome to Walking the Earth, Nepal. Tonight we are at the Janakhi Mandir in Janakpur, Nepal, in the eastern Terai region, just across the border from Bihar in India. So I have come here originally with the intention of going to Elam, which is the tea growing region of Nepal, right across from Darjeeling area and Sikkim in northeast India. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the time to be able to do that because it would require multiple long bus rides, and I've kind of got a tighter schedule than I would have liked. So if you want to go to either Janakpur or to Elam, you're going to need a bit of time with a couple exceptions. So for coming to Janakpur, I thought that I could break up a 2-day bus journey by staying in Janakpur for a day and coming and checking out the mandir and wandering around, because I'd read how it's an interesting place of pilgrimage, and I'm very interested in studying pilgrimage comparatively and thinking, I'm very interested in history and culture and religion, and it is a fascinating place, and a place of great diversity from all over South Asia and all over Nepal as people converge on the temples here related to Rama and Sita of Ramayana fame. So I'll first just discuss getting to Janakpur and then getting to Elam, what I learned the hard way. So as far as Janakpur is concerned, if I could do it over again, I would have splurged and just taken a one-way plane ticket to Janakpur and come and visited the sites from here. That would have been the wiser thing to have done. Instead, they do have night buses, but I wanted to see the landscape of Nepal. I wanted to see the hills and the mountains, and then the transition into the plains of the eastern Terai. Well, so rather than taking the overnight bus, I took a mini bus. So now this is the thing. They told me it would take 7 hours, and that's fine. I've taken mini buses for long distances before without a problem. But if you are a person that you need to stretch out and have some space to yourself to be able to sleep or to rest while you're driving, that might not be an ideal way for you to go. As I was on the minibus, what I didn't realize is we had to be there by 7 a.m. and we proceeded to wait for 3 hours in Kathmandu while the minibus got filled up, and the driver went to multiple locations to pick up more people to come to Janakpur. So I learned the lesson the hard way, and I just decided to stick it out. And it was a nice bus ride, but it was kind of cramped, and so I wouldn't advise it for most people. I would say either take a more comfortable bus, like a night bus if you can, but preferably a plane ticket. Also, if you want to go to Elam, it looks like it takes multiple buses, and right now they don't have direct flights, but I read that they are going to be starting direct flights again soon. I think that they're a bit on the pricier side of things, but maybe you can get a flight out toward the border with Darjeeling in India, and then take buses or minibuses from there, or jeeps. So just study in advance. If you want to go to the tea growing region of Nepal, I would do some advanced planning. I wouldn't say that you could freestyle it and be as spontaneous as you can some areas of India or other areas of Nepal, where you can flow between Kathmandu and places in the valley very easily, or to Pokhara, to Lumbini, no problem with buses. In the eastern side, it's a little bit more challenging. So just do a little bit of advanced planning and research. So I learned some things the hard way, but I don't regret it. Janakpur is an interesting place. I've appreciated it. Also, since this is a big place for spiritual tourism, a lot of Indians come here from all over India. There are Bangladeshis we've seen here. People from all over Nepal come and visit the Rama sites. But you will notice that there's very little English spoken here and written here. So it's all in Nepali and Hindi. So if you don't have access to Nepali or Hindi, it might be challenging. So there are, across from the mandir, you will find there is a pure veg restaurant that has an English menu. So so that might be an option for you. Just look around, because a lot of the Hindu temples, you will find a vegetarian restaurant nearby, but the same thing for Buddhist temples in Southeast Asia. That's where you'll, usually near there is where you find veg restaurants, if that's what you're interested in. And many people, when they travel to South Asia, they go vegetarian to avoid potential hygiene issues with eating of the meat. And even if I wasn't a vegetarian, I would probably avoid eating meat in many of these areas. But anyway, that's a different conversation. But just be prepared for longer waits here. It's kind of a hurry up and wait type of place. And including for some of your meals, you might wait a longer period than you're accustomed to. You're not going to see, I haven't seen any like non-South Asian faces since I've been here. No Europeans, no East Asians that I could tell. So that's interesting. So it's interesting to come here for a different kind of a Nepali experience. This area is very similar to East India, culturally, linguistically, as far as the styles of dress and the behaviors you'll encounter. So it's fascinating in that sense. If you're interested in culture, religion, history, then this might be your cup of tea. And if you're in Nepal for a longer stay and you want a different kind of experience, this is much different than anything you'll experience in Kathmandu Valley and out by Pokhara and out in the trekking regions. So anyway, I recommend that you do come and experience this if you're interested in those things, but do advanced planning and build in extra time, and hopefully you have a way of decompressing when you get stressed, because this is a region of Nepal where you might encounter a bit more stress than you're accustomed to. So until next time, safe travels and be happy.